Hi everyone, my name is Margaret Duffy. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here and I'm really excited for what's coming and what's to come. Since I started the channel, I feel like there's an explosion of energy that has been there for a really long time, but this is a different outlet. And there's room for the energy here. I don't know if that makes sense. And so I feel like a conduit just opening up to the expansion that is available to all of us. And so I want to share it. I want to share with you. I want to share it with myself. So I have had a connection to spirit for a long time. Even as a little kid, when I came into my family, I knew that I was connected. But I also had a lot of shame around it. I got caught, quote, talking to myself a lot. And because I had come into a family and come into a situation where I had a lot of trauma and I did not have a good idea of self and did not know how to hold on to me, I having having spirit to talk to at first was very comforting, but then became something that I was afraid of or ashamed of or felt felt shame for. And oftentimes when you're in the middle of trauma, it's very hard to stay in your body and stay connected because the trauma makes us want to leave so that we don't have to experience it. So I learned to check out really early in life. I learned to disconnect from my body and disconnect from my presence, um, so that I felt safer. And and in doing that, I kind of quieted that voice within me. And then I had two fairly traumatic events. So I don't believe that we have to learn through trauma. I think especially right now in this time that that the whole story and the narrative is changing and that we don't need to grow from trauma. But my story was that pretty much I was good if I was going to wake up, it was going to be through traumatic events. So when I was 19, I was out jogging. I jogged all the time, and I was out jogging one day, and I was attacked and brutally raped. That event, as you can imagine, and I'm sure so many of us have had that experience in in one way or another. It is a very common feminine experience. I was spinning because if everything I had learned in my life was true, that wouldn't have happened. And so it really just shook up everything that I knew. And then when I was 24, I lost my brother Kevin. He was murdered. And I was 24, he was 28, and we were friends. We were compadres. And so losing him didn't make sense. The rape didn't make sense. Losing my brother didn't make sense. He wasn't done. He hadn't done everything. He hadn't had enough time to experience everything. And yet he was gone and it was final. And I thought, how can it be final? I mean, everything I'd been taught is that, you have one chance and this is it. And it just didn't settle well with me. I didn't understand how that was his one chance and at 28 it was done. So those two traumatic events, and I am sure over the course of my sharing with you guys, we will unpack those, but not to go into the trauma of it and not to relive them. But I do believe that it's only through recognizing and acknowledging all of us that we can love all of us. And so I do think we're going to look at ways that we look at our trauma differently. that we look at our situations and our story and the places we get caught and the rabbit holes that we go down, we're going to look at those. So more to come on that. But what I realized with those two events is that I needed more. I needed a better explanation of why I was here and what it was all about. And then I just needed a better explanation of the world and what it was, why we're here. What is the purpose of everything? And so I started reconnecting. I started doing things. And I have been on a spiritual journey my whole life. I have done teachings and I've meditated. I've went on pilgrimages and I have studied and I've went to therapy and I've just done the gamut of things in order to really to wake up and to come back to myself, because I was lost and I was good at hiding. I've been really, really good at hiding. So I just started cultivating it. And I will tell you, in cultivating it, I didn't believe it. I felt like a fraud. I definitely faked it until I made it a lot. I have always had good intuition. I've always had guides that talk to me. I've always had connection to spirit. I've always had it, but I haven't trusted it always, and I haven't fostered it and grown it because it scared me. It scared me, and I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel good enough. It seemed like, who am I to have this talent, or who am I to have this gift, or who am I to know things? And it isn't that I feel ever that I've known things that other people don't know. I just started listening and trusting. And trust has been a huge piece of my life. I work on trust. I haven't trusted myself, and I want to. I want to trust myself. I want to believe in myself, and I want to know that everything I know and feel is a part of me. So everything that I have, all connections that I have, nothing is available to me and not available to everybody. And this is the thing, it has taken me years to cultivate it. I don't believe that's necessary anymore. I don't think we need to. I think that a lot of work has been done, and that you can connect in a way to right this minute that that it took me a long time to connect to. But I really want to share my guides. I want to share the knowledge. I want to share the gifts that I've been given, because I have felt a stranger on the earth most of my life, and I have wanted to leave a lot. I have not felt like I fit in. I felt alone. I'm the youngest of 9 kids. I had a big family and I felt alone. And it wasn't because my family wasn't there. It was just that I wasn't connected to myself. If I don't show up for me, no one else can show up for me. And I didn't know how to show up for me. I didn't know how to make that connection. So I really want to share with you, what channeling looks like to me. I don't even call it channeling, because I really believe we all have the capability of every moment of checking in to this support and love and nourishment that is available to us. It's just not in a form that you can see on a human level. I can see it on a human level. I can see it very well. But again, I trust it. I trust what I see. I trust what I know. And I just think the more that you check in, and the more that you use your gifts, and the more that you trust in the goodness that is the universe and the goodness that is available to us, I do believe everybody has the ability to make connection and to feel loved and nourished and seen and that they count. And this is the thing, and I think this is a hard thing. The universe isn't out here. It's not out here, and we're going to all go there and see it. Everything we need, and I've said this in previous videos, and I will say it a million times to you as I make more videos. Everything we need, everything is already inside of us. So all we need to do is to connect to that. And we have a lot of stories that take us outside of ourselves, a lot of things that say, I have the answer. I know the 10 steps to make you, wonderful. I know just exactly what you need. School tells us this. Religion tells us this. Our parents tell us this. I know what you need to eat. I know what you need to, where you need, what you need to learn. I know how you need to learn it. And I think that we're coming back to ourselves. That's what this is about. That's what right now I think the world is. I can't love the world and nurture the world and be kindness to the world if I don't do it to myself. So that's my goal right now, is to honor that, is to live that, and it is to be an expression of that in the world. So I hope that that is helpful. I will see you soon because I'm going to actually do a channeling video next. Okay? And please like my videos, subscribe if you feel so called to, share, and just come back, because I really do believe that we can work together and that we can help each other awaken and unfold and find ourselves in there. Bye.